To the PRD auction centre here. Today we have a wonderful proposition for all of our registered parties at number 55 Judge Street in Mortdale, a property that has been proudly presented on behalf of our wonderful owners by the team at PRD, Oatley. Dean, who is the current Rate My Agent, Mr. Mortdale, and Hayley Green have been availing all of our relevant parties with all the documentation that certainly should fill you with the utmost in confidence in your bidding. Before we commence with the auction stage, I do need to remind you all of the terms and conditions of an auction sale. We have made them available, and by registering online, certainly you have agreed to those terms. But I will remind you that by registering, each one of your bids is an unconditional offer to purchase that home subject to the contract. Vendor bids still apply. My preference obviously is not to use them. I'd rather see organic bidding from you guys sitting in the comfort of your own home. But certainly if you hesitate, I certainly will not. I will act, of course, in full disclosure in that regard, announcing any bid on behalf of my owner as either a vendor or seller's bid. All of our registered parties are bidding in their own name. At the conclusion of the auction today, I do have a copy of the contract here, which I will be signing in your name, and you have made arrangements to pass over a deposit immediately after today's auction. The contract itself calls for a 42-day completion date. All the inclusions have been noted, and if you are the successful purchaser today, well, simply we ask for a 10% deposit. Dean has advised me that a number of you have requested slight amendments to this original contract. Having had those amendments approved by the owner's solicitor, then I really would encourage you to bid with confidence under those terms. If not, we are going to take those original terms and the contract as being both read and understood. So now let me take you to the property and the proposition that presents itself today at number 55 Judge Street in Mortdale. It's a superb pocket and positioned right in the heart of Mortdale and Oatley, with good easy access to all that surrounds. You've got good easy access to all the cafes, eateries that both those suburbs offer, and a wonderful easy access route to the stations that both Mortdale and Oatley have to offer. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to have a quick conversation with our agents. A couple of our buyers have having a couple of technical difficulties. We've got no issues here with our live stream. I'm just going to let them know that everything's working at our end. So do bear with us to all those online bidders and those registered parties, but also the online viewership here today. So I'm just going to let them know that we can see the live stream working from our end. I'm just going to allow them an opportunity just while we continue to connect to those online bidders. And do bear with us. I'm looking at my live stream. It's coming through nicely at our end. I'm not sure what our registered parties think of this. So do bear with us a moment while we just see if our agents who are in constant contact with both of those, all our registered parties actually, we've got multiple registered parties on the phone, and just going to clarify their connection issues. We are streaming. I'm sadly looking at a stream of myself in the background here, so I know that we are live. I'm just going to let them know that we're watching the stream, and just to refresh their pages, and then we will have an opportunity to commence the auction. As I mentioned, this is a wonderful proposition at 55 Judge Street in Mortdale. I'm certainly a huge fan of both of these geographies, and Mortdale does present the affordable option. So do bear with me while we continue to talk. I'm just going to pause the audio on here while I have a quick conversation I'm just having a quick conversation. The live stream is currently feeding beautifully to our website. I'm just having a few issues with just a couple, I'm not quite sure, with our registered parties who are bidding via the app. We have a secondary setup where we can simply bid via the telephone if necessary. I'm just waiting for clarification from our interested parties that they have refreshed their apps and that the live stream is coming through. I'm just going to ask my assistant here to text and let our backup team, our tech team, know that we do have a couple of issues now currently sitting with our online app and the feed that's coming through there. So do give me a second. I'm just gonna contact the team here just so we can get this up and running. Just while I've got multiple do forgive us here. I'm just gonna get our tech team. I'm just going to let our buyers know that I'm just going to have a quick conversation again. Bear with us. Okay, thank you for bearing with us. As always, we're trying to embrace new technology. This, for a lot of us, is, well, we've done 7 of these now, so we're fairly fresh. I've called over 1,500 auctions, so 7 online is certainly a new start for all of us and all to the agents. So I really do appreciate your patience as we have solved the technical issue. We're just going to clarify that with all of our registered parties via the relevant apps, just so they can make sure they do have a wonderful view of us, because it is live streaming on the website, so all those people online have enjoyed us scramble to fix this behind closed doors. And I'm just waiting for comfort. Okay, we're just clarifying that one of our bidders is going to be bidding via the telephone now. We've got a setup here on my right hand side that you can't see. I do have my desktop where I have video access to the offices, and also all the chats open for receiving bids via the online system. So give us a moment. I'm just going to wait for the clarification that everyone can see me. I do hope you can see me on the apps. Okay, I've got approval. Let's start again. Let's not go right back to the beginning. You don't want to hear too much of me today. Let's talk about 55 Judge Street. I've done a lot of auctions and a lot of sales in this area, and it's a wonderful, peaceful pocket of Mortdale and Oatley. Within the PRD office, we like to call this area Moatley because it's on the border of both, and that's why it is so popular. This property sits on the high side of Judge Street. I did mention you're within walking distance of both Mortdale and Oatley villages. Quality schools, well, they are numerous and all of great quality. It's a popular area with young families. The strip in Mortdale has a wonderful selection of cafes, eateries, beautiful Eddie's Lebanese restaurant. You've got 5 or 6 cafes to enjoy, Sugar Salt. And we've got the new Silver Fox, I think it is there, of course. And of course, good easy access via both really quality bus routes and the train station that surrounds. So all that represents a wonderful position to invest your money. The property itself, an original red brick here, my goodness, these are worth every penny in any market. Long term, these are great investments, and today the purchase price will represent exceptional value for the incoming owner. But very simply, we're here to find a new owner. It's number 55 Judge Street in Mortdale. Let's crack on. Over to you online bidders. Where would you like to see the bidding start? Looking straight at you. Someone has to do it. Call out a number or just type it into that app. I have the right to refuse or accept a bid that comes through. I will do that via the online app that I have at this end. So don't take offense if I do refuse an opening bid, but just looking for a fair start for today's auction. Maybe something around that 1.2 would be a fair place to commence the bidding. But buyers, I'm in your hands. So often the opening bidder buys it. I'd love to keep that statistic alive here today. Just ride it through. I'm in your hands, buyers. We've got multiple registered parties, all keen to purchase today, but someone needs to set the pace. Who wants to place a bid? Call out a number, buyers. Just got to type in 7 digits. Press OK. Confirm your bid. Send it through to me. And I will either confirm or reject it. Happy to confirm anything that comes through at the moment. Just let it come through. 5 registered parties all watching at home. No pressure, no agents in your ear. If you want to bid, now is your chance. I call it away then, buyers. If there's no opening offer, we simply go back to the market. If you're in a position to buy under an unconditional contract, you need to put your best bid forward and we will negotiate with you. But I need an opening bid. Now is your chance, buyers. Any offer on the property. Then once. You're going to miss out on a wonderful chance here, buyers. Twice. Do we have any opening offer? Third, buyers, I'm in your hands. Otherwise, we go back to market. Any offer on the property? Now is your chance. Well, buyers, let's just hold it there. Give you an opportunity to consider your position, but simply, we will negotiate with the highest bidder post-auction. So, if you wish to be taken aside via, of course, the telephone or via all the relevant video apps and be included in the negotiations, you do need to be the highest bidder at auction. But buyers, we do have a bid from bidder number 6 at $1 million. Let's just see where we go. At $1 million, we're going to take that and run with it and see where we go. At this price point, $50,000 would be the rise from here. Call out a number, buyers. North of $1 million, looking for 1050 from here, but $1 million I'm bid. 1 and 6 noughts, hold it with bidder number 6. At $1 million I'm bid. Call it back at a 1050 from here. Looking for 50 on the rise at this price point, but $1 million I'm bid. Bidder number 6 in pole position to negotiate post-auction. But now is your chance, buyers. If you wish to compete, my goodness, you do need to be north of the $1 million that has been banked and thanked from bidder number 6. Sitting at home, bidder number 6 at $1 million. And here we go. Any better bid from all of our bidders? Once at $1 million, twice at $1 million, then third. Any better bid? Happy to take $25,000 if it helps you, just to get this moving. We've got plenty of work to do from here. Had a bid come through online at $5,000. Not going to take 5 at this stage. I've got plenty of work to do. We know where our vendors' instructions are. Happy to take minimum $25,000 rise from here. $1 million is the bid. At 1 and 6 noughts I have. Call it back at $1,005,000 from here. $1,025,000 from here. Not taking 5s. I mentioned that and I've said no. We do have a 50 increase bid. At a 50, bidder number 4 has bid $50,000. At 1050 is the bid. At $1,050,000 the offer. Bidder number 4, 50,000 on the rise. Bidder number 4 in front. Bidder number 6, where are you coming back? Call it back at 11 is my suggestion. But at 1050 the offer. At $1,050,000 is the bid. At $1,050,000 is the offer. At 1050 the offer. Last increment was 50,000. You can see there. Happy to take another 50. Bidder number 4 is at $1,050,000 and in pole position to negotiate. 1050 the offer. Buyers, you need to be at 11 from here. Let's move this forward. But 150 is the bid. At $1,050,000 the offer. At $1,050,000, bidder number 4. 2 in the race at this stage, but I welcome new competition. Call it back at maybe 1-1 from here. At 1050 is the bid. At $1,050,000 the offer. Now is your chance, buyers. At 50 the bid. At 1050, is there any better bid? We negotiate with bidder number 4 at this price point. At $1,050,000, then once. At 1050, then twice. Looks like you've got a chance to negotiate post-auction. At 1050, then third. Final. All done. All finished. Well, bear with us. Just going to hold that there. I'm just going to have a quick conversation. Bidder number 1 actually back in at $1,075,000 at 1075 is the bid. Bidder number 7 has entered the race. 3 in it now at 1075 the offer. At $1,075 the bid. At 1075, call it back at north of there. Looking for 1-1 to move it forward. But at 75 is the bid. At 75 the offer. It's at home with bidder number 1 who holds it now. At $1,075 the bid. Call it back at 1-1 from here. Now is your chance, buyers. At 1075, then once, twice, third, all finished. Silent, Jack, Emily, James, Haley, gonna need an answer. 1-1. Emily's buyers back in front. At $1 million, bidder number 4 holds it then. 125 from here. At 1-1 the bid then. At $1,100,000 the offer. 1-1 the bid. Call it back at 25. At 125 is your chance, but at 1-1 I'm bid. Now is your chance, buyers. Let's call it away. At 1.1 the bid, then once. At $1,100,000, then twice. Any better bid? Call it back at 25 or something stronger. Emily holds it. Jack, James, distant second. Call it back at 125 from here, then third at $1,100,000. Are we all finished? Silent. No better bid. Bear with us. Just going to allow Emily a quick conversation with our highest bidder. Let them know where they're going to need to be. The bid's at $1,100,000. They have the bid. Bidder number 4 at 125. Jack's buyers back in front now. Bidder number 1 at 125 holds it. Bidder number 4, you're back in second place. Emily, you need some work at 150 from here. 125 the bid then once. 125 the bid then twice. At $1 million. 125 then third. Is there any better offer? All finished. Silent. At $1 million. 125. Any better bid? Bear with us. Jack has asked for a moment. I've got contact here via the Bluetooth. Just allowing a moment's conversation with all registered parties. Bidder number 1 holds it. 125 is the bid. Looking for north of there. But a 125 is the better bid. Call it back at something stronger than that for sure. 150 is the right way to go. 150. Bidder number 4 holds it then. Emily's buyers back in front. Nice to see. At 1-1. 50 the bid. At $1,150 is the offer. And it's against all those others gathered at 150. Jack, you're back in second. You won the telephone bid last week at Caramel Place. A superb result for Dean Sparotto. Sold on the reserve at $1 million at 150 is the bid. Bidder number 4's in front. Jack, you're in second. Call it back at 75 from here, but at 150 I'm bid. Any better offer? At $1,150, then once, twice, third. Any better bid than $1,150? All finished. Silent. Done. Because at $1,150, bidder number 4 holds it. Give us a moment. Okay, Jack's asked for a moment. Got constant communication with all of our agents here and correspondence. $1,150,000 is the offer. Emily's buyer, bidder number 4, is currently in pole position to negotiate post-auction, looking for 75 on the rise, or maybe go straight to 1.2. 150 is the offer. Number 30 sold last week for 1,345, and this is a good proposition. Certainly we see value north of this at 1,150 the bid. Emily, you're in pole position, but you'll have to let that buyer know they need to be north of 150 to purchase here today. At 125 is the bid with Jack's buyer in second place. 3 in the race though. Welcome new competition. We've got other registered parties who are at home. Don't wait to swoop. Get involved. We will negotiate with the highest bidder, so I'm going to call it away at this stage. But bidder number 4 is having that communication post-auction. 150 is the bid then once. Any better bid? Jack, we need an answer. At 150 the offer twice. At 1,150,000 then third. And final, we're going to be negotiating with bidder number 4. All finished. Silent. Just been asked by Dean just to hold off for a moment. He's going to have a quick conversation with our owner. Too slow. Bidder number 1 is back in front. 175 is the offer. 175. Emily comes straight back at 1.2, but at 175 I'm bid. Looking for 1.2 from here, but at 175 the offer with Jack's buyer 1 3/4 at 1,175,000. Looking for 1.2, just a simple 25 on the rise. 1.2 is your chance buyers, but at 1,175 is the bid. Emily, you're in second place. Round us off at 1.2. At 1,175 the bid, at 7.5 the offer. Looking for 1.2 from here. At 175 then once, 175 twice, bids coming through, third, final, at 1,175,000, all finished. I can see the bids coming through. 175 still the bid, waiting for that confirmation of the next bid, but at 175 bidder number 1 holds it, and it's against all those others gathered who are waiting online. 175 the bid, looking for 1.2 from here. Call it back at 200, looking for 25 on the rise. For 175, Jack's buyer, bidder number 1's in first place. So well, here we go. Giving you plenty of time, buyers. We've closed the gap, but a bit of work to do, and we'll allow Dean and our highest bidder to do that post-auction if there's no better bid. From here, at 1,175,000, is there any better bid? There at home, now is your chance. 175 is the offer. Once. At 1,175,000. Emily, you're in second. Twice. James is bidder who opened the bidding. I welcome you back in. We've come a bit away since your opening offer. At 175 is the bid then. Third and final. Are we all done? Finished and silent. Because we're negotiating with bidder number 1, 190 is the bid. Excuse me, at 190, I'm a safe distance, don't worry. At 190 is the bid, at 1,190,000, Emily's buyers back in front. The milestone is looming. I welcome competition. Let's push past it. Let's go straight past 1.2, maybe go to 2.25 from here, but 1.99 bid. Jack again, I reiterate, you're in second with your buyer there. At 190 is the offer at 55 Judge Street. Wonderful proposition. These are good buys. Single level red brickers, high side of the street, within walking distance of 2 stations, 2 villages. I dread to think how many coffee shops are on your doorstep, but a 1,190 is the offer. Jack, James, Haley also handling bids there. At 1,190 the offer. Got to push past this. At 190, Jack, going to need that answer. At 190 the bid then once. At 190 twice. They've shortened the stride. I welcome new competition. At 190, Jack, are we all finished? All done? Jack has just asked me for a moment. He's just having that conversation with his bidder. So we'll allow him that moment. It's exactly what we would do on the auction floor. Nothing has changed. We're just giving people time to consider their position. 1,190 is the current live bid. That price point we are negotiating post-auction. If you're in a position to buy with an unconditional contract, you are competing against our 5 registered bidders only. Next week, you're competing against the new market, the new buyers who come back in. I will reiterate, this is a new world we're living in, but I spoke to all of my clients this morning and discussed open house numbers, open for inspection. Bid numbers were really strong today. So new listings that are coming onto the market, people are ready to compete. Dean has let me know that one of our buyers is out. That's their official, but we know that people do have the right to change their mind, and I'll reiterate, there are no penalties for doing such. But at 190 the bid, looks like we've got 3 still in it. 190 is the bid with Emily's buyer, Jack. Where do we go from here? At 190 is the offer. At 1,190,000 then, and well, here we go. At 190 the bid. Is there any better bid? At 1,190,000 with 3 still in it. This is your time. This is your moment. Jack, where do we go from here? 190 is the bid. I mentioned 30 sold for 1,345. There have been sales on this street for homes not in as good condition, north of that 1,335 figure, and certainly we'd expect value in and around those price points, but currently we sit at 190. Looks like maybe that vendor bid might have to come into play just to position ourselves, but I'd encourage bidder number 1 to welcome you back in. North of 190 is your opportunity. But Jack has asked for that moment. He is having that conversation with his buyer away from the online stream at the moment. So let me allow them that opportunity. I can see Jack is coming back. The bid's coming through, but what will it be? 195, my goodness. At 1195, I'd prefer 1-2, Jack. Can we get the 1-2? We shortened the stride, we went to 15. At 1195 is the bid from bidder number 1. We will take it. Let's move on. At 195 is the bid. 1,195 the offer. I welcome someone to push past the 1.2 from here, but at 195 I'm bid. 1195. Make it abundantly clear for 55 Judge Street, within walking distance of both of these supreme villages. I'd certainly expect to see a sale north of this figure, and I know where my owner's instructions are. They are north of this figure. We met via a Zoom video conference on Wednesday evening, discussed their expectations. They have adjusted those, no doubt about it. 1.2 is the bid. Emily's buyers back in front at 1,200,000 buyers. I'm not going to hesitate with $5,000 bids. We need to be quick. We've got a bit of work to do, and I will take the highest bidder away from this and negotiate with them post-auction. But at 1.2, Jack, you're in second place. At 1,200,000 the offer. Jack, these fives aren't going to work. You know where we need to go. You know where our owner's expectations are. Certainly, if you're sitting on this, you will be making good money at this price point, and certainly even at our reserve price. It's very realistic, but you need to be north of 1.2, which is with bidder number 4. At 1.2 the bid. Call it back at maybe 1.210 or 20 from here. I'd suggest a strong bid. Couple of short and stride bids there, nudging us forward and closer to a sale, but 1.2 is the high bid on the floor at home at the moment. Bidder number 4, the offer at 1.2. We're trying to adapt to the scenario. I'm looking straight at you buyers. This is good buying, great buying, single level red brick proposition to rent out as an investor, maybe capitalize on value and build your dream home in future years. But this is a good position. That's what you should always buy. Location, location, location. Superb floor plan, nice flow, good flow to sunroom out onto the rear yard. This is a good opportunity to purchase a wonderful home with good easy access to Renown Park. All that Oatley and Mortdale have to offer. But at 1.2, well, we're going to negotiate with bidder number 4. So Jack, if your bidder's not coming back in, we need to move this forward. At 1.2 is the bid. 1,200,000 the offer. At 1.2 then, here it goes. Once, bear with me, Dean has just asked for a moment here. At 1.2 is the bid. At 1.2 the offer. Certainly, let me just have that conversation just to see what our vendor's instructions are. But no, bidder number 1 is back in front at 1.205. At 1,205 is the bid. Jack's buy has come back in. Bidder number 1, is it an omen? 1 at 1.205 is the bid. At 1,205,000 the offer. At 1.205. At 1,205 is the bid. Bidder number 1 with Jack Huggett is the pole position sitter and Emily's buy is back in second. These fives aren't going to work. Happy to place that vendor bid at what? At 210 is the bid. At 210 the offer then. We're moving forward, another 5 on the rise at 1.210. Jack, you're back in second place. At 1.210 the better bid. We've had feedback throughout this campaign between 1.3 and 1.4, so do not be surprised if I put a vendor bid to give you an idea of where we need to be. 1.210 is the bid. We are nudging forward. No time limit on these. As I mentioned, 6 sold priors today, so plenty of time to run these online auctions. I'm going to give you every opportunity to purchase under an unconditional contract. It favours both buyers and vendors in this market. Cool-off periods and new competition is what we deal with next week, and I welcome you in, but you need to be north of the 1.210 that we sit at. So do bear with us. I'm just having a quick conversation with Dean just to see where our owners are sitting, just clarifying if there's been any movement off their reserve price or their take price before we make our next step here. But at 1.210 is the bid with bidder number 4, Jack. Bidder number 1, I'm talking to you right now. Think about it. You can do a quick, I'm giving you ample time to check domain, realestate.com, whatever portal you wish to use. You can search and look at the recent sales around this geography, and I will reiterate, number 30, yes, it was a bigger block of land. It was on the low side of the street, and it has a DA approval for a boarding house next door. This is a good proposition. It's a good proposition. Again, I will reiterate, there have been sales north of 1.3 for inferior products within the last 2 weeks. So this is good buying, but it needs to be north of 1.210. Otherwise, simply we negotiate behind closed doors with the highest bidder. We give them that first refusal at the buy it now price. We will be open and transparent in our negotiations. 1.210 is the bid. At 1,210,000, Jack, you're in second place, and I welcome you in north of this. You know where we sit. It's abundantly clear. The bid's live behind me. It's on your apps. At 210 is the better bid. At 1.210. We were nudging forward in fives, but my goodness. That comp from last week, comp for comparable, last week at number 30 should give us great confidence. 345.5 competed on that particular property. Again, it was all online, same situations applied. We're just allowing an unconditional contract to be executed here on auction day at number 55 Judd. But Dean is just having a conversation with our owner. I'm just going to allow him that opportunity. Buyers, you're buying yourself time. We're all not here to listen to me. I'll make that clear. We're here to give you the opportunity at buying at a discount. There's no doubt about it. Today is your opportunity to buy because the unconditional contract has value to our owners. So do take advantage of that. But at this price point, 210 is the bid. Bidder number 4 is simply going to be negotiating with our owners post auction at 1.210 is the better bid. Now, Jack, I'd love to have that conversation with you. At 1.205 was your bidder's last offer. Simple 5 will put you back into pole position to negotiate. At 1.210 is the bid. Well, owners have been very realistic with their expectations throughout the campaign. So do bear with us. My instructions are at this price point to pass it in. That has confirmed that from Dean. No vendor bid. So buyers, this is with you. It's against all of our other registered parties. We had 5 registered buyers. We're acting in complete transparency. We've got 3 who still haven't said they're out. 2 have confirmed they're out, but 3 still in the race. Very simply, this is the last chance. At 1.210, we are negotiating with that highest bidder immediately post this live stream and auction of 55 Judd. So unless there's any more bidding, bidder number 4 has that chance to negotiate with Dean and our owners immediately post-auction. So Jack, reiterate that to your buyer. James, do the same. Haley also. Dean is working with a vendor and a buyer online also, so we do need to clarify their position. But Emily, your bidder number 4 at 210, I'll make it clear. They're not buying it for 210. So we can either pass it in. It's not my preference. I'd rather negotiate on the floor. 210 is the bid. I've noticed that James's buyer has indicated they're coming back in. $5,000 rise from bidder number 6. They've welcomed back. They opened the bidding. First and last bid for bidder number 6 at 1.215 is the offer. At 2.15 is the better bid. Then nudging it forward again. I've given you plenty of time. At 15 is the bid. James's buyer is negotiating post-auction at 2.05. Emily, you're in second. Jack, I'd call you third. But there's no medals today. Only a signed contract for the high bidder. Everyone else, you go back to virtual tours. You've had the opportunity to see this home. You've touched it. You've felt it. You know it. This should give you confidence. 220 is the bid. Another 5 from Emily's buyer. They got back in front. James, I need an answer. 5,000 was your last increment. I suggest a stronger bid. Let's nudge it forward to 250 from here. But at 220 is the bid. At 220, at 1,220,000 from bidder number 5. Is in pole position now, but I need confirmation from all those gathered. All of our registered parties bidding online. 220 is the offer at 1,220,000. Another 5 from bidder number 6. Emily, come straight back. Show some confidence. 225 is the bid. At 225 the offer against your bidding now. Emily, you're back into second place again. At 1,225,000. Call it another 5. Just type in 5 and we'll go from there. At 1.225, 30 is the chance, or maybe something stronger. But at 2.25 is the bid at 1,225,000. Now here we go. Are we all done, finished, and silent? At 1,225,000. Emily, where are we going? Any other bids? Because our opening bidder, 1,230. I was going to say our opening bidder It was the highest bidder, and I'd love to keep that statistic alive, but at 230, Emily's buyer's back in front with a 5. James, another 5. Bit of work to do with these 5s, but in no rush here today. At 230 is the offer. Call it back at 35. 230 is the offer. 1,230,000 is the bid. My goodness. Adapting to technology. Fair dues to all the agents out there. 240. Back up in 10s. This is the way to buy it. Bidder number 6. I applaud your strategy. At 240 is the offer. 250 from here. 240 is the bid though. Emily, show some strength. At 240, you know the benefits of bidding strongly at auction. We've done this before, but at 240, bidder number 6, we are edging closer. At 240 then, well, here we go. Is there any better offer than 1,240,000? Emily, I'm going to need that answer. 245 back in front. Then sticking with the 5s. James, bidder number 6, show some strength. Let's go to 60 from here. I suggest 260 is the better bid. Knockout blow. Knockout blow is the way to buy it. 260 is the bid. At 1,245 is the offer though with Emily's buyer. Bidder number 4. James, where are we going from here? They went for 10 last time. Maybe a strong bid at 15 to take us to 60. But at 45 I'm bid with bidder number 4. Bidder number 4 is the bidder. At 45 the offer. James, where do we go? Otherwise I'll call it away. Emily's buyer's done a lot of the work today, giving us good indications they're here to buy. But at this price point, is it all we've got? At 245. Bidder number 4, you're in pole position. Bidder number 6, you're in second place. Nothing but a brochure for the pile. At 245 the bid. Bidder number 4 has it. James, where do we go? 45's the bid. 55's the offer. Sticking with his 10s, and I applaud your strategy again, sir. Bidder number 6 at 55, the bid at 255. Welcome you in. Emily, again, I'd suggest you mix up your strategy. From here, you've been sticking with the 5s and it's not working. You're back in second. Let's go for a stronger bid at maybe 70 from here. Call it back at 270. They're sticking with it though. They're nudging forward with the 5s. At 260 is the bid now. 1260 with bidder number 4. James, stick with it, or maybe go all in at 13. At 260, James, your buy was in 10s. Just a simple 10 will put you back in front. But again, Emily's buyer has been nudging forward in 5s. That's their strategy. Maybe the knockout blow will put them off their stride. Maybe call it 70 from here or 75. Maybe something stronger. I'm not too concerned. We're just trying to negotiate the best possible price. At 260 is the bid with Emily's buy. 270 now holds it. James Walters. My goodness, the principal leading the charge here at 270 is the bid. At 1,270,000, and James's bidder number 6 is in front. Now's your chance. Emily, look. Bidder number 4. These 5s aren't working. Let's take a moment, reconsider your position. Well, you've already done that. You've come back with a 5 on the rise at 275. My speech still applies. I recommend you try mix up your strategy, but at 75 I'm bid at 2 3/4. Bidder number 4 is in front now. James, 85 from here if you're keeping your pattern, but maybe that milestone at 13, it's looming. And so often budgets set on round figures. So the first there's got every chance, but at 275, James, you're in second. Dean's buy, you're in second also. I welcome you back in. Joint second, we'll call it. 275 is the bid, James. Where do we go from here? At 1275. First chance. At 275, then twice. At 1,275,000, then third, James. Where are we going? Third. At 1, 2 3/4 with bidder number 4. James, we're all out. Finished. At 1,275,000. I can just see the bids coming through. Bear with us. At 1,285, they're sticking with theirs. At 285 is the bid with bidder number 6. Go to 13 from here, Emily. These 5s. You've tried this tactic. Maybe go to 13 from here. At 285 is the bid. 85 the offer with bidder number 6. It's been good buying in any market at 55 Judd. At 285 the bid. Emily coming back in. But let's go to 13 together. 85 is the bid though. At 285 the offer with James's buyer. Bidder number 6 is in front, leading the charge as we enter the final corner here at 285. Just the straight home to 55 Judge Street afterwards here at 285 the bid. Emily, are we all finished and silent? There's a bit of a delay there. You've been very quick on your bidding. She's coming back in now. What do we think, online viewers? Will it be a 5,000? I recommend something stronger. And that's exactly the information Emily will be reiterating to that bidder at home. At 85, still the bid though. Bidder number 6 holds it. Welcome new competition. Forgive me, I'm trying to keep eye contact with all you buyers at home. This is good buying, good real estate, good opportunity. My goodness. We're going to put this on at a list price next week, somewhere closer to the 1.4. But if you're in a position to buy an unconditional contract, put your best foot forward today. Get your search done when you've had an opportunity to see these homes. This is good chance to buy. But 85, Emily, I'm going to need that answer because bidder number 6 holds it at 285 the bid. Emily, are we coming back in? The bid's at 85 then once, at 285 then twice, at 1,285,000 then third. Any better bid? She's back in. Emily, welcome you in. The strategy is still alive. The $5,000 at 290 is the bid, at 290 the offer. 1,290 the bid. We all know we're heading there. So the first to 1.3 will break the ice on the 300,000s. But at 1,290 the offer. 1,290 is the bid. At 1,290,000. 1.3. There it is. The milestone banked and thanked at 1.3 the offer. 300,000 the bid. Emily, we're back in second. I've told them a couple of times that the 5s don't work. But again, at 1.3 is the bid. And we've got other registered parties still in the game. Dean, I welcome your buyer back in. It would be nice to be the seller and the purchaser on an online auction. You had great success last week at Caramel Place at Peakhurst Heights. That sold for $1 million. We sold 30 Judge Street last week online, 1345. Buyers are in this market. Another one of my clients had 6 auctions today, 5 sold. The market is ticking over. This is your chance, buyers. At 1.3 is the bid. Bidder number 6 is in front. Now is your chance. Here we go. At 1.3 million. Emily, are they going to keep with their strategy? But at 1.3, do not set your budget on round figures. Anyone looking to bid at auction, always have your secondary figure. What is your dream price to purchase? And what is the if I have to price? And make sure that's off a round figure. Because so often the next bid over that round figure buys it. Because people set their budgets on that round figure and we're sitting on it right now. At 1.3 the offer. North of there's your chance, bidder number 4. At 1.3 the bid then. Once. At 1,300,000. Twice. To all those gathered and all those watching online, I'm going to call it away for the third. At 1,300,000. Do bear with us. Dean has asked for a moment. He's going to have a quick conversation with our registered party on the telephone. Let them know where they're going to need to be. James and Emily already in conversation with our 2 competitive bidders at the tail end of this auction. But Dean wants to have a conversation. That's just been reiterated to me via all this technology that we are offering to vendors and buyers today. We need to keep this property market moving. People need to buy and sell. We're trying to make this as straightforward as we can. Simply, you just don't have the pleasure of my company in the real world. I'm here at home at 1.3 is the bid and all our buyers are doing the same. Sitting on the comfort of their lounge. At 1.3 is the offer. Give us a moment. Just going to allow our buyers an opportunity to consider their position. I've also been advised that Dean's having a conversation with our owner, 1305, back in front with Emily's buyer. They're sticking with it. Got to applaud their consistency. At 5,000 puts them in front. Then at 305, James, stick with the 10s. Go to 15. At 305 is the bid. At 5 is the offer. Bidder number 4, Emily's buyer. I love this. It's a good little tussle with all the colleagues at the PRD office. At 305, we are keeping a tally of the successful bidders. And Jack won last week. And I do believe Emily won last week. And Emily's in pole position to chalk up her second victory on the telephone, maybe. At 305 is the bid. Bidder number 4, you have it. Excellent work from the PRD Oatley team. We are continuing to run auctions. We have not cowered away from this situation. We want unconditional contracts for everyone concerned. It serves everyone's best interest. And we're here to transact. At 305 is the bid. James, you're in second. At 305 is the offer. Is there any better bid? At 1,305,000, James, how fast can you put this bid in? Once. You've got a couple more chances. Is there any better bid, James? Now is your chance. At 1,305,000 then for the second chance. 5's in front. Don't let them pinch the keys for that 5,000. They're trying to wear you down. Bold bidding will buy this. But at 305 for the third and final. For the final time. Third. Are we all finished? At 305. Well, to everyone now, I'm just going to hold the auction right there to those online bidders. I'm just going to allow both Dean, James, Emily to have a quick conversation with our buyers just away from the screen. So allow us that opportunity To those viewers watching online, I know we had good numbers watching all of these auctions live. You can see we are adapting to new situations, and I really hope you appreciate how hard we're working to keep transactions occurring. Buyers are in a position to buy. They simply want to buy. There's an opportunity for both buyers and vendors in this market. This is just a change of situation, a change of market conditions. For many buyers, this market has been running away from them for about a year from now. Before that, you had a chance. If you missed that chance, this is the best chance we've seen for buyers to buy in approximately 8 years. So if you're not going to take advantage of that and wait for the market to come back, you'll be in the same position again as the market rises and accelerates away from you. So if you're in a position to buy under an unconditional contract, I implore you, this is the time. If you're looking to upsize in this market, whatever perceived discount you're taking on your sale, you can go and negotiate that discount on your purchase. We're all in this together. Upsizing at this time will save you money. And that's exactly what our vendors are doing, and that's exactly why they've run through this process. But the bid's at 305, and that we're just allowing those conversations to take place behind closed doors. Well, they're all behind closed doors today, let's be fair. At 305 is the offer. Dean is in my ear. I completely agree. Dean's just had that conversation with our owner. He wants to go back and have an individual conversation with bidder number 4, Emily's buyer. Bidder number 6, James's buyer. But if you just want to get there before Dean gets to the phone, please put that bid through on the system. 305 is the offer. Bidder number 4 is currently in that position to negotiate at 305. At $1,305 the bid. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Yep, Dean has clarified that he's just going to talk to Emily's buyer. If this was a live auction, all we would do now is we'd just pause the auction and have a conversation with our highest bidder. Let them know what the purchase price is today or our owner's expectation, and allow them first refusal at that price. And that's the conversation that now I can reiterate that Dean is having with our bidder number 4, who sits at $1,305,000. I do welcome new competition north of this 305, but at this price point now, Dean's just having that conversation with our owner and our buyer, and just seeing if there's an increased bid from our highest bidder. So often that is the case. To secure good real estate in good geographies. Here at 305 is the bid currently. We're going to allow that buyer the opportunity to increase their offer, but to those others, I cannot reiterate the power of being the highest bidder at auction. If you just give yourself that first refusal at either a set reserve or an amended reserve. I know our owners have amended their expectations, but at 305 I certainly don't have permission to sell, so we're just allowing that conversation to take place between Dean Sporotto, our lead agent, and Hayley Green, who've done a superb job in trying times to market this home. There were 45 inspections on the first Saturday, which was our last legal open home. We've been doing private inspections back to back over the last couple of weeks. We are compliant, and we are doing our very best to put people in a position to purchase, because people have sold, people need to buy, and also put our owners in good positions to sell and then go shopping in this same market and negotiate themselves a good purchase moving forward. But at 1,305, those conversations are simply going to be taking place between Dean and Emily. I'm waiting for correspondence and audio conversations with Dean and also all of the PRD office who are watching on my screen here on my right hand side. They have all the technology that allows us to keep this in an open and transparent form. And to the buyers out there, you are seeing the competition, you're seeing the bids come in, they're being displayed on the computer behind me, they're being displayed on your apps at home. They are your competition in this marketplace. So this is the way to purchase. Open, transparent, unconditional contract. All the benefits of auction that we sing from the rooftops, and I know the PRD office buy into. We will continue to run these because we feel it's the best way to transact real estate. You've seen the competitions bidding come through on the system. I've been very fair, disclosed that we have 5 registered bidders back online bidding here, 2 of which have indicated they're out. But to those 2 bidders, we know you're still watching the stream, so if you wish to join us, I welcome new competition or your re-engagement in this process. This is a good buy. There's no doubt, buyers out there, you will see a reduction in the stock that is available for you to look at. So if you've had the opportunity to view this home, you know what a wonderful position it is. There's absolutely no denying this pocket of Mortdale with the park on your doorstep. You've just had new facilities put in there for all the sporting stars of the future in Mortdale and Otley. It's a level stroll in both directions to two of the best villages in the St George area. Quality schools just surround you. And also, let's talk about beers. When we're allowed back in the pub, the Peaky, great pub between 12 and 3 a.m, has had a full reno. Not quite finished yet. The Mort's pub, also wonderful. And the Otley Hotel, my goodness. It's only a 10-minute walk to the Otley pub. It's a 20-minute walk home. The difference is staggering. It's a wonderful opportunity. I'm glad my assistant, otherwise known as Mrs. V, my wife, is here on my left. She still laughs at my jokes after all these years. But at 305 is the offer. 305 the bid. I welcome new competition. I know Dean is having that conversation. I'd love to talk to the buyers myself. Negotiation is what this is all about. And that's what we're good at. Years in this industry. Real estate experience just coming through. We're just trying to facilitate transactions under unconditional terms for both purchasers and owners. But the bid's at 305. There's been no movement at this stage from bidder number 4 to secure their position. To those watching at home, look, in a lot of instances, these properties would be passed in and we'd negotiate with the highest bidder. I personally prefer to keep auctions live. I like to have the authority of all these offers being unconditional. So we're going to continue to stream this auction. We're going to continue to keep all those at home watching, advised of the current situation. It's abundantly clear though. The bid's behind me at 305. Online, you'll see it next to the property. You see the bid sitting there at 1305. I'm not going to disclose my reserve. That is a confidential figure. It is above this. I would make that abundantly clear. It's very clear that is the case. At 305, there's been movement from our owner. They're keen to transact today, but at 305, we're going to need to either see an increased bid from bidder number 4 or welcome bidder number 6 back in. They were bidding strongly, and it looks like they haven't heeded my advice. They did stick at 1.3. There's been no increment increase since then. So bidder number 6, if you're watching online and not listening to James, take a moment to reconsider your position, because at 305 you're only 5,000 behind. Maybe a strong bid to put you back in front at 320 might put bidder number 4 off their 5,000 strategy. If you're waiting for me to call it on the market, I won't be doing that. We simply negotiate with the highest bidder at the fall of the gavel. But both my agents have asked for some time to continue those negotiations. At 305, I'll reiterate, my instructions are at this price point. I did just mention I prefer not to pass them in. I prefer to keep this auction live. The only way to do that now, bidder number 6, is put you back in front. Because my instructions at 1,305,000 are to pass the property in and continue negotiations behind closed doors. At 305 is the bid. With bidder number 4, well, I'm going to call it away. 3 chances to change your mind to all of those registered parties. But at 1,305, we pass it in back in our owner's favour to continue negotiations in 3, 2, 1. All finished and silent. I need confirmation from Dean. We're going to pass it in at 1,305,000. No better bids. Bidder number 6 has just asked for a minute. I just want to clarify. Bidder number 6, you're running out of time here. At second place, we simply do negotiate with the highest bidder. I know you said you understood that point. At 305, at 1,305,000, we go. Then here it is. You've bought yourself a second chance. 1, 2, 3. All finished. Well, we're going to pass the property aside back in our owner's favour. The bid's at 1,305. We will continue these negotiations just away from the live stream. We will push this under negotiation on our live system. To all those registered parties, I really do appreciate your bidding today. I wish you all the best in your property search. To bidder number 4, I wish you the best of luck in your negotiations. But a big congratulations to Dean Sporado. 1,305 on the floor here at 55. Judd, We'll keep you informed of any change in that and look forward to putting that sold sticker up shortly. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.